Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Give me 1 second while I change the property so you can all actually hear, the music. You guys are gonna need that. So it's not. There we go. There. Now it's not pure just my voice talking. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. I knew I'd forgotten something when I was setting all this up. I'm glad I figured it out, and it was something relatively minor. Anyway, welcome back, everybody, to some good old Gunpla and Chill. Yes, the schedule did have Pokemon on the list, but I have to cancel tomorrow because we got stuff going on. So I figured let's move Gunpla and Chill to today, because Pokemon is easy to kind of pick up anytime, and I've been holding onto this kit for a little while. I kind of want to get it done. Oh, nice little elbow crack. Okay. So yes, today we are building the high-grade Duel Blitz Gundam from Gundam Seed Freedom, the movie. This is the second movie kit I've built. The first one being the Rising Freedom Gundam, which is not too bad. But this one I'm really excited for because I love the Blitz. Not the Blitz, the Duel. I saw Blitz first on the box. I'm looking at the box in my preview here, and it's like, yeah, I see Blitz immediately. The Duel. I love the Duel. The Duel Gundam is my favorite of the Seed Gundams, like, bar none. As simple as it is. It has no real gimmicks and crap, but I don't know. I love it. I love the Duel. And the Duel high-grade kit I have is okay. It's a product of its time. But it could definitely be better. And that's where this bad boy comes in. It's essentially a high-grade Duel Gundam Revive kit without it actually being a Duel Gundam Revive kit. Because you get the Duel Gundam, and then you get the extra armor that's over top of it throughout the entirety of the movie. The only thing it's really missing is the shield. And I'd have a proper full loadout basic Duel Gundam. Anyhow, let's flip this up. And we're gonna... let's start getting started with it. A good old manual with our massive spiel about the mobile suit and the pilot Izak. It was only 20, by the way. Like, my god. 20 years old. Like, holy hell. Well, my old rival. Stickers. I knew there'd be a bunch. I kind of knew there'd be a bunch of them on here, but they seem to only kind of really be mostly for little details here and there, which I'm okay with. It's not like I gotta do massive ones to color correct big portions of it. A nice little wire. And besides the Beam Saber runner, which is just Beam Sabers, this exact runner they've been using since 2012. So it's over a decade old now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 10 runners. We got 10 runners to work with. This will be a bit of a long one. It'll be a little bit of a longer one, probably. Almost assuredly. Oh well. We'll just do what we can. If at the very least I just get the basic Duel Gundam done today, awesome. Then I will save the armor parts for another day. We will find out. Actually, maybe 9 runners, because this is just like kind of like an effect stand, so that doesn't really count as a runner. I'll put that off to the side right now. Don't really need an effect stand. Not yet, at least. Alright. Oh yeah, it's literally not even an effect stand, just a base. I mean, the base is meant for an effect stand, but you could probably kind of sort of use it for, other stuff, you know. Okay. Oh, yeah, let's go with that. Alright, and don't think I forgot. This is what we are building. There's the Duel Blitz. In all of its glory. Oh, man. Alright. Oh, I like how they kind of laid this out again. They actually list what runners you need for each step. That's awesome. So I will get the runners I need. I need B1 and D1. That is E. Good job, me. There, BD1. Hi, Golden. I'm also on mute because I'm doing stuff. Okie doke, buddy. No worries. Alright. Let us get into this. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any Gundam Seed lo-fi, which is rather unfortunate, so we could really get into the mood, but, well, oh well. We'll just go with the standard lo-fi I've been using the entire time. Well, not the entire time. I've been using for most of the kits now. Okay. It's one big-ass clear, piece. Oh, for the eyes and head cameras. Let me look at these. Do I want to cover them up? Ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, the eye ones I definitely I'll put on, but I don't know. Do I want to cover up the clear green that are going to be for the front and back head cameras with just standard green stickers? Yeah, I'm going to. Just because creature of habit, and I don't like seeing leftover stickers on my runners. It's a problem. Okay, so what's the back one first? Oh, well, I'm grabbing the front one first because that one came first. At least these stickers are also shiny. They're not a clear shiny, but that's fine. It just makes it a little better if you want to do any kind of custom work with it. I am not exactly, you know, someone that does custom work on my Gunpla. The closest being me doing any kind of custom work was putting, well, for one was putting the Perfect Striker backpack on a revived strike kit, which is just something you can do anyway. And then the other thing that was kind of, sort of, a little bit of a thing I did, but then immediately undid, too, because the kit kind of broke a little bit later. I took the HD Dynamis, took the gun holsters and pistols that came with the HG Astria Gundam Type F, and like super glued them to its thighs and calves. Because the Dynamis has those. In fact, has like the exact same gun things, but the kit doesn't have them unless I buy a different version of that same kit that comes with a massive like artillery platform it can stand on, and I didn't feel like spending over $100 just so I can get a Dynamis with you know, pistol holders on its legs. So I cut a little bit of the pegs that were there off and just super glued the bad boys on there. They're alright, they weren't exactly straight. They were crooked. But they were on there. He had his pistols, and then the one arm just, well, the one, for whatever reason, the Dynamis's wrists are incredibly tight. So one hand was just like not moving, it was super stiff, and I knew if I put any pressure on it, it would snap. So that's kind of why I built a second Dynamis on stream. I mean, I built the first Dynamis off-stream. But I'm a little sad, because that Dynamis was one of the first 4 kits I ever had. I remember the first 4 kits I ever bought at Anime North. They're the high-grade Dynamis, the high-grade Throne Eins, the Rigazi, and the Hyakushiki. First one I actually got built up completely was the Hyakushiki. I was going to do the, what the hell's it called? I was going to do the Rigazi, but it had a lot more runners in there, and I got overwhelmed immediately. Just looking at it. 5. So, chickened out, went with the Hyakushiki instead. Did that right in the hotel room. Missed a few panels I was wanting to go to that day, but whatever. I was having fun doing my first Gunpla kit. Now, why am I talking about other kits when I'm in the middle of building this one? Because I gotta give you a little bit of a rundown on our bad boy, the Duel, here. I will give a little bit... I mean, I already give you guys an abridged history of this stuff. But you'll get maybe a little bit more of one, just because I have already talked about the Duel before. Kinda, sorta have, yeah. But, whatever. So, in the Gundam Seed universe, basically the main factions are the people, genetically modified people in space called Coordinators, and the people living on Earth called Naturals, that have no genetic manipulation whatsoever. They get into a tussle, the Coordinators make mobile suits, and it's absolutely dominating. The Earth people, the Naturals, do not have mobile suits, and, well, they can't even use the ones they really capture because they're too complicated for Naturals to use. It takes a Coordinator and their more advanced brains and stuff to be able to deal with all the different complex systems all at once. But they want to at least try, so they, in secret, commission 5 mobile suits to be created with the help of a third party. The 5 original G weapons being the Duel Gundam, the Buster, the Blitz, the Strike, and the Aegis. Well, people in space, the Coordinators, specifically their military Zaft, gets wind of this, that they got something, so they send teams in to attack where these things are being built, confirm they exist, and then steal 4 of the 5 of them. The Duel being one of the ones stolen. Compared to all the other units, all the other G weapons, the Duel is the most basic of them all. It has onboard 2 beam sabers, head-mounted Vulcan guns, a shield, and a beam rifle. That's it. It's a very general-purpose machine, because it was more or less like the prototype for them. I mean, there was a prototype before it, at least presumably. But this thing is basically like, this is our bare-bones proof-of-concept mobile suit that more than likely they just kind of threw in because, I mean, we built it, so here, you can just have this one as well. So it had nothing special going on. Unlike the Buster, that was like a lot of long-range artillery support, the Blitz that could turn invisible, and the Aegis that could transform. Even the Strike, the one that wasn't stolen, had a backpack system that let it change up what it could do, going from a high mobility mode to a long-range support mode to a close quarters combat mode. Duel was just Duel. Pilot just had to go with what it had as is, and did pretty well with it. Until it got some pretty bad damage one day, even injuring the pilot. And they had to do something to kind of beef it up a little bit. So they gave it what they refer to as an assault shroud, which was an extra set of armor and weapons that would just literally be slapped on top of the original machine. And why isn't this going in nicely? Does it go in at an odd-ass angle? I think it just goes in at an odd-ass angle. Yeah, it looks like it. We'll see when I get the front cover going on. So, the Duel got a little bit of an upgrade with this Assault Shroud. It got, well, one, it got extra armor around its chest, shoulders, the arms, the legs, and the front and back skirts, along with extra thrusters on, well, the backpack and in the legs and such to kind of try and offset the extra weight. It also added a railgun over its one shoulder and a 5-tube missile launcher over the other. So it gave it a little more options. It kind of started veering toward the Buster Gundam's role of being kind of long-range support in a way. It still had access to its beam rifle and its beam sabers, so it could still perform its standard role of being a general-purpose machine. It just had more options. It could do a little extra. Oh my god, this is just really fighting me. What the hell is going on? Why are you fighting me? Maybe if I put this in first. What the hell is going on? No, seriously, like, what the hell's going on? This thing is, like, really fighting me to get in here. Well, while I fiddle around with this, I will just kind of continue, I suppose. Really? It has a big-ass gap? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not missing any other parts for this. It just feels weird. Oh, that looks right going in right there. Maybe once I get the rest of it on, it'll make a little bit more sense. I don't know, just something feels off. Wow, that's like really fighting me. Shouldn't be. Okay, you're on there. Alright, okay, that's better. That's a lot better looking now. I know I have a Gunpla marker somewhere. Where the hell did I put it? Oh, there it is. I'll do a little bit of this now, just so I don't kind of forget. Alright, so for the rest of the war, the Duel... Okay, as I was saying, the rest of the war, the Duel was, at least the war in the first series, the Duel was just performing with the Assault Shroud. And, well, it survived through the end of the war. Shockingly enough, this basic-ass machine managed to survive throughout the entirety of the war as stronger and stronger and more gimmicky Gundams started coming out the woodworks. It had to sacrifice its Assault Shroud in order to tank a hit so it could take down another enemy, mobile suit. And then the most damage it got after that was just getting its, beam rifle destroyed and a shoulder just kind of getting screwed up by just taking a grazing hit. But other than that, it was fully functional, and just before the war ended, it would board the main ship of the series that had been trying to hunt the entire time. It would board, get a little bit of a refuel, and take the an extra Strike Gundam shield and beam rifle just so it can kind of defend the ship until the war was officially declared over, and everything was in the clear. But then after that, the Duel is just kind of, presumably put into storage after being at least fixed up. And that was the last we heard of the Duel Gundam as is. A few variants popped up after the fact, such as the Blue Duel and the Regen Duel, which were they just took the basic machine, but they rebuilt the Duel twice, and then just added new components on. The Blue Duel being basically, what if we took the Assault Shroud but made it part of the machine to begin with? And the Regen Duel was, what if we gave it a backpack system? And just all of the existing weapons and whatnot it had, yeah, that's just kind of part of the backpack, and we put it kind of everywhere. Yeah, that's just them being kind of a little bit lazy. But, come Seed Freedom, the Duel makes a glorious return in the form we see here. In the form of the Duel Blitz Gundam. It's the standard old Duel, as it's always been. Still being used by the same pilot all those years later, but it's gotten a few upgrades. The biggest upgrade being now it has a nuclear engine. It has a nuclear reactor. Yeah, they gave it a nuclear reactor. So it's got almost limitless energy. And they gave it a new updated Assault Shroud, as you can kind of see on it. With this one having weapons molded after the Blitz Gundam, namely the big grabby claw that can shoot out on its one arm, and some rocket-propelled, like, spears on the other arm. It can't turn invisible, though. No, they didn't want to give him that, too, I suppose. They didn't want to make him too powerful. It even still had its old beam rifle, though it is never used in the movie. In fact, we never see the Duel Gundam as just the Duel Gundam in that movie. It's always as the Duel Blitz. But in theory, it should be able to ditch the Blitz Assault Shroud it has on there and just go back to being a Duel. Though, why would he? This actually gives him better everything. It actually looks a little... This Assault Shroud looks a little more natural than his original Assault Shroud. There, we got the head already. Yay. Right, let's see if I can grab a quick pic of the original Assault Shroud. I'll also show them, together in kit form, so you can see what I kind of mean. Like the difference, because I do have both in kit form. And I can also do a little bit of comparison then, too, at the same time. Alright. Alrighty. I just gotta shrink it down a little bit to be this one size. Alright. So, on the right, we got the Duel Blitz. And on the left, we have the Duel Assault Shroud. So, same machine underneath, but different armor. You see what I kind of mean? The normal standard Assault Shroud really does kind of stand out. It looks like it was just tacked on, which, I mean, it technically was. But with the Duel Blitz, they made it more streamlined. It looks more naturally attached to it. Like it's actually part of the machine. So definitely a good little upgrade. The Duel Blitz still has a railgun. It just folds out now. Yeah, the shoulders, one side folds out the railgun, the other one folds out a beam saber for it to handle, and there's rockets inside the one shoulder as well still. As said, it has a big old grabby claw that it can fire out, and it's got some exploding rocket-propelled darts on the other arm. It has access to its beam rifle, probably doesn't have access to the shield. I don't think it actually has the shield, nor do it really need the shield with all this other stuff it has. Unconfirmed if the Duel Blitz will ever actually has the shield on hand, or if it's just outgrown the need for a shield entirely. Who knows? It showed up for all of 5 minutes in a movie, so You can't go off of that much. There ain't much to go off of. But you know me, I am happy because I got a better version of Duel. Where are you? There you are. Your neck. Kind of like just side note thing about the Duel itself. They still had the data, even though the machine was stolen from them. They still had the data for the Duel, so it's kind of how they were able to make another one later. But they also used that data to make a mass-produced version of it called the Duel Dagger, which was good. It was good for, you know, what it was. They even gave it their own variant of the Assault Shroud, which came with the same kind of weapon loadout. Railgun on one side, missile launcher on the other side, and a whole bunch of ejectable extra armor. It didn't get wide mass production, it was a limited mass production run. And then eventually other mass-produced suits just outclassed it entirely, so there's no point in making them anymore, or even bothering to keep them around. Because newer was better. In fact, most of the... Now I'm just going to talk about it in general. Most of the G-weapons had some kind of mass-produced variant made of them. The Strike Gundam, more notably, got the mass-produced Strike Dagger, which very much is like the gym of the Cosmic Era. It's just... It looks like the Strike a little bit, got the same basic body shape, but it's got a visor instead of the two-eyed cameras. It's only got one beam saber and a weaker beam rifle. The Buster got one. The Buster, they call it the Buster Dagger, pretty obvious. A little fewer missiles in the body it could launch, but it had the exact same beam rifle and like shotgun or railgun that the other one had. And it could also combine them still, so really you're just kind of trading off it not having a few feet. Actually, the Buster Dagger is maybe a smidge better than the Buster Gundam for one reason. The Buster Dagger actually has beam sabers and can, you know, go into melee combat, whereas the Buster Gundam literally has nothing to do when someone gets up in its face. It does not have beam sabers, it has nothing. It is there to sit there and shoot. And if they decide to get right up in his face, he can't do jack shit. His weapons are way too big, and I doubt he'd be able to let go of them in time to try and even attempt to throw a punch. And really, punching a mobile suit is like a very much last resort thing. Because this is a giant robot with very delicate mechanics inside, and you're just going to go and take one of the more delicate and articulated parts, and then go punch? That's a good way to break your machine. You break that hand, oops, well, hold on, let me see if I can grab my rifles. Oh wait, I broke the mobile suit's hands. It now can't grasp its own weapons. I can't grasp the beam rifles, and even if I could, I probably damaged it enough that the thing that connects it to the reactor to let it start shooting won't actually connect anymore. So I'm dead in the water. So that's like weird, where a mass-produced, not weird, kind of interesting. I'll go with interesting. Where a mass-produced variant actually has the edge over the original. It most certainly got a weaker reactor, but it has the same weapons, plus beam sabers. The Blitz also has a mass-produced one, but it's like off the record. You know? It's kind of an off the record because it's very much an illegal suit. Because the thing that lets it turn invisible, well, let the original Blitz turn invisible, became outlawed. So it's like, oh, damn, well, I guess we can't use these anymore if they can find them. Yeah, they didn't call it the Blitz Dagger, they call it the N Dagger N. Don't ask. It was one of the N stands for ninja because it's a machine that no one's supposed to know about. Because it's illegal. It's also green for some reason. And may or may not have been nuclear. We don't know. It's a literal ninja. No one knows where it is. How many of them there are anymore. The Aegis never got one. Surprisingly. Yeah, surprisingly of all, the Aegis did not get a mass-produced variant. Probably has to do with the fact that transformations are kind of a bitch and a half to do. But hey, I didn't say all of the G weapons got a mass-produced variant, I just said most of them did. Okay. Oh, I still need this guy, and I need C1. There we are. Okay. Also trying not to talk too much about what happens in Seed in general, because we're in the middle of a watch along, and I don't want Mari and a few others that are watching with me, especially for the first time, to pop in and get some major late series spoilers. A few people that are popping in when I do the watch-alongs. We're almost at the halfway point of the series. I'm happy about that. We just finished up the Desert Tiger arc. For anyone that watches the show and knows what we're talking about, that's about where we're at. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong runner. Go Baron! The schedule for next week is out now. I have it out in the Discord. I'll show you guys out, here after stream, and I'll post it to both Twitter and Blue Sky as well. Yeah, for those that aren't following me, any of my socials or anything, I do have a Blue Sky account now as well. Mostly as a precaution, just to kind of claim my name now, so I don't have to potentially have to fight for it later. Then again, I don't know how many people are going to try to take the name Baron Bananas. Still, it was better safe than sorry, and I'll slowly try to post on it as best I can. I'm looking at the wrong one. There you are. That's what I want. Yep, there you are. And I'm going to try to just also post my schedule on just social media in general as well. Again, I used to, and then I just kind of stopped. So I'm going to try to just keep that up again. Just post it online, so yeah, it's there. So I did it for this week. So I'll just kind of keep the trend going. I'll post it on both spots. And I'll go from there. I'm also going to start taking a look through all my clips again and maybe try to make a few shorts out of them. I already got one posted last night. I'm going to try to go through a few more. Now that I could edit clips that have been made, like just in general, like shorten them or whatever, I can get rid of any kind of like dead airtime and whatnot right from the Twitch page there. Just because I know kind of making, especially if you're on mobile, making clips is a pain in the ass, and you can never really get it right, and then you got like, oh, well, there's a whole 30 seconds. Hopefully it's the thing I wanted to clip. Was that it? Okay. That's all that's in there. Tightly fit the parts as far as they will go. Well, I think I did that. Ooh. Oh, that was tight coming out, so maybe good. So yeah, I'm going to go through a few, maybe cut down a few of the clips that you guys have made, just to kind of streamline it a little bit. And then, well, post them. How in the mother of F? Oh, I see. Or not. Wait. That's quite okay. So we're using a C clip for its chest there. Alright. We'll see how that goes. Doesn't really. Then again, I got headphones on and music, and I'm okay, I definitely didn't hear a click. Okay, I gotta actually listen to this now. Well, there's kind of a click. Alright, well, we'll go from there and see how this goes. Hopefully it's fine. Alright. Also trying to make more thumbnails as well for the VODs I have out already. It's gonna be a long process for me to catch up because holy hell, I have so many VODs. And I gotta figure out how to make, try to have an okay look for thumbnails. The ones I've done so far have been pretty simple, I will say. Pretty simple, pretty basic, but they get the job done. I literally caught my nail with that one. Nice. Good job, me. I've got thumbnails for all of G Generation, Genesis, and Crossrays done and already posted, and Arkham Asylum posted. I wanted to do the rest of the Arkham ones next, just because those are a little shorter. I'll be able to easily, bang those out. But then when I get to some of the longer haul series and stuff, it's like, oh fuck, what am I gonna do? I've got a lot. I have played through a lot of games on stream. Like, you guys have seen the completion list. And then there's what do I do about the Variety Week ones as well, and it just becomes a mess. But then what do I do if a Variety Week game became a mainstay game? Until a completion, yeah. I'll figure it out eventually, kinda, maybe. Where's my file? It'll be a process. I'm always open to suggestions. If you guys in the community have any suggestions for what a thumbnail for a game series could look like. That kind of thing. Because I'm open to suggestions. That's it. I'm not saying I don't need the bots. Like, that's one thing I'm never gonna do again, is post on, like, Twitter and ask if anyone's got, you know, things open, like commissions and whatnot open. Because that just gives you a crap ton of bots. Which has just gotten even worse on Twitter. Yeah, no. If I'm going to get any kind of commission things done, any kind of art, whatnot, I'm gonna go to one of two places. I'm either gonna go to Scab and look through literally, like, you know, the millions of artists they have on there until I find one with a good price range and art I quite enjoy. Or I will go with people I've already used in the past for any kind of commissions before. Like who did my first profile picture? Roselius. Out of all the bots I got from when I first posted that, they were the actual real person I went with, and I am still quite pleased with their work, what they did. Still very happy with it. Definitely using it in thumbnails now. And then of course there's Mari, because she did my plush Baron picture. She also did my logo. I was kind of the guinea pig for the logo commissions. And that turned out absolutely amazing. And I also have a few other friends that are also artists, so I can always try to commission them as well. Like, those are people that I know are people with art I like the look of. And I know they don't steal this art or run it through AI and all that stuff. They're actual, you know, artists. Actual, you know, talented artists. I've said it before, I'll say it again, I am not artistic. I am not artistic, like, at all. I can't draw to save my life. The best you can get out of me is, like, stick figures. Ooh, I kind of gave her a little bit of a... That's actually not too bad. I actually kind of like the little angle I gave it. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. I know I'm supposed to cut them a little bit more straighter, but I kind of like the little back angle I gave these things. Okay. It almost looks intentional. Which I've actually... Yeah, I'm not artistic at all. Again, I don't do anything special with my kits either. I build... all my kits are straight build, with maybe a tiny bit of panel line just to bring out a few details here and there. I'm not artistic. I'm not super creative. I have a very limited, you know, set of talents and skills, and I do my best to work within them. That's why I'm always blown away by all the people I meet and my friends that actually have, like, real artistic talent. I'm like, I can't do what they do. There's no way I could ever do what they do. That's why I want to try to support them as best as I can, because they have skills and talent that many people don't, and that should be, you know, praised and celebrated, and given adequate compensation. not this just, complete and utter free art all the time kind of thing. It's like, come on, you're an artist. You do this all the time. You can always just do a freebie. So here, just, draw the entire Sistine Chapel for me. Paint it all. Like, yeah, I'll pay you in exposure. No, fuck that. I'm gonna pay you in cold hard cash, because that's what you goddamn deserve. So I kind of like... That's actually really do why I like, Skeb. The artists list their prices. They list the price, what they start at. You can go higher. You give them what you want done. You just, in a somewhat short-ish blurb, I mean, you get I think it's like 1,000 characters. I gotta look. I'm gonna look very quickly. What is the character limit on Skeb again? Because there is a character limit. I'll just pick random artists at the front page, say I'm gonna do a new request just to see. Okay, yeah, 1,000. Alright, a 1,000 character request is the most you can type for Skeb. And it was only fairly recently they added an entire thing where you can put your references in separately. Like, links to references of their own thing. Before, you had to actually put it in the request. But it's just, you write down what you want in there, you link any requests you want, and then it's all up to the artist. They will draw it how they interpret what you said. If you were very specific, alright, they're more than likely going to draw it exactly how you want it. If you're very vague about it, they will go with what they feel like it. And if you don't like it, well, too bad. That's Skeb for you. You get what you're getting what you pay for and what you give them to work with. You give them a lot, you're more than likely going to get what you want. You don't give them too much, you could potentially get something you don't want. You never know. But either way, the artist gets paid for the time they put into it. So sometimes it's a gamble, but at this point I found a few artists already on Skeb that I know does well work. They're in my price range, and they always blow me away with what comes back. Like, I have an idea of it in my head with the style and everything they do, and then when it shows up, it's like, okay, this is just better than what I imagined. It works surprisingly well with all my requests having to be machine translated from English to Japanese, so they can, actually read my requests to see what I would like. But I mean, you use it enough, you kind of get the idea. You got to go with more simple things, more simple wording and sentences, not super long, drawn-out things. And references really are the key. Like, the very basic thing I've seen people say is, like, if you want something done, using Skeb is for your references, is have a character in your thing, say character A posed like reference picture, like in reference picture 1 or something, or like character A in reference 1 posed in a scene like reference 2, or wearing the clothes from reference 3 or whatnot, that kind of thing. You gotta use very simple, basic wording on that when you've got to have it machine translated from English to Japanese. Because if you go a little too complicated, what gets to them and what gets translated could be something completely different from what you actually meant to say. You also want to avoid, like, contractions, too. Like, that's one thing I've also heard them say, is, like, just avoid contractions. Don't just use can't, won't, and stuff. Just use the full thing. Just use the full word, like the full 2 separate words. It'll just make your life that much easier. And so far, with the requests I've done, I have not had one I've been disappointed with. At all. All the ones I've made for, I've gotten done for streamers I watch a lot, and also my friends that I also watch. And then the, one I got for myself off of Skeb so far, I'm probably gonna get another one. I don't know what of, though. Yeah, it's just one of those things I just gotta take the time to search through, look. Well, first I gotta figure out what I want, then I gotta find an artist that matches that within my price range. And then get all my reference materials together, and all that fun jazz. It seemed a little confusing on how to actually use the site when I was first trying, and it's like, okay, how the hell do I use this damn thing? It sounds simple, but I'm just so confused. One video later, okay, now I know how to use Skeb. I know there's like the English, sort of, kind of like the English version of that, VGen. That'll actually let you actually talk to the artist too, like have a little bit of a message thing going on, I believe. But again, that one's made more for the English audience because it's a English site, not a Japanese site. That just happens to be able to cater to English users as well. I don't know. They work pretty much on the same lines. But I'm just very used to Skeb. Plus, it's just cool kind of scrolling through there. Just scrolling through just to see what people have requested and what just kind of comes up, because a few things are quite eye-catching. Just make sure, especially if you're out in public, you change the settings so you don't see the NSFW stuff. Because guess what? There's a lot of that on there. Oh boy. Oh my god. You don't want to open that. It's like opening up your Twitter feed in public if you like too many of certain things. Oh my god. Just became one of those, alright, you're holding your phone really close to you right now. My Twitter feed used to be fine and normal, and I could easily open it up in the middle of public. Then I liked a lot of VTuber stuff, and wow. Wow, the things... Wow, just... Yep. Just VTubers. It's a lot of spicy art. A lot of spicy art. Oh boy. Yep, gotta watch where I'm looking at Twitter. Nosy nose. Other side, so we got a shoulder. That's right. Duel, you're coming together real nice. Alright, we have one shoulder. I'm gonna have to do this twice because I gotta make, you know, both arms. But, yeah, you all know. My God. I am a bit of a tired boy, but I am off tomorrow. So I'm allowed to be tired boy today. Because I will be not having to go to work. Hallelujah. And I got paid today as well, so that's all nice and fine and dandy. Paid off the credit card, the little bit that was owing on it, from mostly just my phone bill. Because my phone bill is on my credit card for some reason. I don't remember how that happened, but, well, whatever. That's fine. At least I, you know, have incentive to go and pay the credit card off every month again. Then threw some into my regular savings. Next week, money will get taken out and thrown into the tax-free savings. And yeah, unfortunately, I got paid $300 in car insurance every month, which kind of blows, but new driver, what do you expect? It sucks ass, but whatever. It's literally the best I can get right now. And oh my god, it has been really nice having a car and being able to drive to work and not ride to work on my e-bike. It's been starting to rain a lot more lately, and I don't have to worry about charging this thing every night too, well, every few nights after I change the battery out. I mean, I do have to fill it up with gas, but I mean, that's really easy to do. Not a, alright, now I gotta plug it in. Let's get it into the shed, pull out the charger, plug it in, and for whatever reason, whenever it was plugged in, I think because it's more draw going on the power lines in general, my power line adapter internet would be so slow. It was always a pain, so whenever I had to have it charged, I would do it overnight after I'm going to bed, just so I could do things on my computer. I.e. stuff like stream, or watch my friends' streams. If I didn't do that, if I didn't, you know, keep it unplugged, well, I'm SOL. I can, like, barely watch anything. If I could, it's gonna be in, like, 480p. Actually, no, even 480 buffers. I'd have to watch them in 360p. So at that point, I might as well just watch some pixels shift around in the sand. But now I don't gotta worry about that. Which I still have to do something with my bike now. For now, I'm just keeping it, but I probably should sell it. One, because I really don't actually need it anymore, and two, hey, it's a little extra money. Who knows, maybe someone else wants a slightly easier way to get around town. It's a small enough town, it would actually come in handy. I mean, it came in handy for me, it got me to and from work. For a while. Did I cut out the wrong part? No, I just put it on the wrong way the first time. Okay. It's a tight joint. But tight. Very tight, like a tiger. Then I gotta do this all again. Because arm. I'm making one arm, and I gotta do it twice. I wasn't lying when I said this thing was basic. It doesn't even have asymmetrical arms in any way, shape, and form. They're literally the same thing, copy-paste. But I love it regardless. Also, thing I was a tiny bit shocked about, no polycaps. Everything is plastic. It's all ABS. No, rubbery polycaps for joints and whatnot. I'm okay with that. Okay. Man, we're an hour in, and the most I've gotten done is the head, torso, and most of an arm. We in for a long one. Oh. That's fine. Again, if I can get at least the main body done, I can easily save the armor sections for it for another day. I got no problems doing that. We'll see how long, doing this will take and how tired I am. Also, I'm in one of Twitch's new categories they made. I'm no longer in, makers and crafts or whatever it was called before. Now I'm in miniatures and models. This is technically a model. So it's a little more accurate now. They added that one not too long ago. And this is I'm pretty sure my first time actually using it. Actually, no, that's wrong. I think I used it for the M1 Astray. I can't remember. I'll have to look. Or did they make the category just after I did that stream? Yeah, I'm literally have to go and look it up. Alright, we've got an arm, almost of an arm. And there we go. And I can just boop. There. We're getting somewhere. We got the makings of a mobile suit. Now I gotta do that all over again. Okay. Gotta do it all over again for the other arm now. Yeah, 17 and 18. Gotta keep one ear out from my headset right now. It's that good old tinnitus. It just helps, makes me feel a little more comfortable. Especially when, this drags on. missing the hole. That's what he said. Or is that what she said? No, that's what they both said. I'm a tiny bit excited for Variety Week this week, guys. Yeah, I'm just a little bit excited for it. I mean, I don't have anything really super groundbreaking on the list this time. But I mean, I for sure have one I'm like super jazzed for. Kind of like how I was jazzed for a certain game last Variety Week. Hint, hint. Yeah, but I got some goodies on there. I do got a few goodies on there. Forewarning, they are mostly going to be afternoon streams. I'm telling you that right now. So yeah, just be prepared for that. They're all like 6 o'clock starts. Just how my schedule ended up this week. So apologies to anyone that wanted to watch in just the mornings when I try to have streams all the time. Kind of prefer doing them in the morning, but yeah, it is what it is. I can't complain about, getting consistent hours every week. Nor will I. Just because of how my schedule goes and when other people are in the house, I'm trying to save any time I gotta do a game that has, voice acting I'm going to be doing. Especially if it's a lot of different voices and whatnot. I'm trying to save that for when I have days off in the middle of the week. So, well, not in the middle, during the week. So, like, normally it's Monday, Tuesday. That's when that's pretty much all the time. That's the only time I have the house to myself. At least in the morning. So those are the times I get to be a little more bombastic. Without, disturbing anybody else. Did I cut? Oh, I did cut out the other one. So, yeah, that's when stuff like Digimon Survive would be. Yeah, it's been well over a year, but it's not like back in my old place where I could do all the voice acting as much as I wanted because I was in the basement, away from everybody. I was literally in shoved in a corner in the basement. It was a nice little cubby hole there, kinda. It was a nice little, just kind of like, I'm just completely out of the way of everything. It was nice. I do still miss it. I do still miss the old place. But I love this place too now. Sometimes I think about it, just being able to kind of just go down there and just hide in that little hole I had. Stream whatever I want, I mean, I still had to kind of keep it down a little bit, but I was able to do a lot of voices. I was able to do a lot of the voices throughout the entire week, like, just everything. But hey, I'm making it work. I'm making it work. That's kind of why I jumped at the opportunity when they went on vacation. Like, let's just get G-Generation Genesis done. Let's try to get some more Digimon Survive. Try was the major keyword there, because fucking Gundam Unicorn just had to be long and drawn out and annoying, and oh my god, I'm just happy it's done now. I'm just so glad it's over. I mean, I'm sad it's over. Well, I mean, there's one more thing I'm able to do in that game. What am I talking about? There's one more thing. Low-key, a little actually kind of scared. Because it's gonna involve the Turn A Gundam, and the Turn A Gundam is, you know... Well, I mean, you probably don't know. Turn A is basically... Well, we're fucked. It's the reset button. That thing shows up, it's basically game over. It is stupidly broken and OP. It literally, quite literally, in its home series, regressed the entirety of Earth to the Stone Age. Completely. All forms of technology was reduced to sand. All of it. Yeah, some did survive, but they were, like, buried. And it took quite a while for people to unbury it, and by that time they had, they kind of, like, sort of just rediscovered gunpowder? They had, like, just reached, the industrial age. They had biplanes. And then mobile suits started raining down from the moon. They weren't ready. There was no way they could be ready. Yeah, the Turn A did that. The Turn A did that. It reduced humanity that could make space stations, space colonies, mobile suits, and whatnot. Brought it back down to using sticks and stones. They had to rediscover and relearn how to do everything. I mean, they did. Still, holy shit. That's why the Turn A is kind of terrifying. Well, is rightfully terrifying. It is quite literally the reset button of just Gundam. It is supposed to be the end timeline of every Gundam timeline. They somehow converge together into Turn A. How? I don't know. I don't know. You have to ask Tamino that. I think it might have just been an excuse to be able to use older designs in the show and in the accompanying manga later on. Or use terms and whatnot from different series all in one. Whatever. I don't see how the Universal Century, the After Colony, Future Century, and After War universes all manage to converge into one. It just can't happen. Okay. Oh, that went on a lot easier than the other one. Okay. Dual Gundam now has some handless arms. Ah yes, the perfect next steps for left and right arm is just the fists. Those needed their own section apparently. Oh, excuse me. Whew. Where the hell did that come from? Oh, round two. Oh, God, Lord. Maybe you can do it all in one. Round three. Can I not right now? Seriously, can I just not? I'd very much not like to be sneezing. For no goddamn reason. Oh. Ugh. My sneezing fit over? Please? Yes, it looks like it's over. Okay. Alright, that really hard step is done. Now for the next really hard step. I gotta put another backhand onto a hand. I don't know if I can do it, guys. This might be the hardest thing I've ever done since the Sinanju stickers. Ah, so it only comes with one set of hands. A little limited, but that's fine. It only does, like, two things, like holds onto a rifle, or beam saber, or other giant equipment. The fact they let the Duel and the Buster use the fucking meteors is amazing. And then they let the Impulse do it. Alright, we've got the upper body. It's coming together. Alright, now we're making the waist. We're actually blowing through a fair bit of parts. Let's see if at the 2-hour mark we'll at least be, you know, on the legs. I'm tiny bit sad. The one site I use to get kits, I was looking at a high grade of the gold frame Astray. Not the Amatsu, not the Amatsu Mina, just the standard gold frame before it got upgraded into edgy Overlord design. It was there. It literally just, it's just the red frame kit that I've built before, but instead of big backpack and giant space katana, it just had the big ass bazooka. I mostly wanted it just so I can get the big bazooka to give to the Duel, because that thing was meant for the Duel Gundam initially. But Isaac never picked it up in the series, so it was left on Heliopolis. So when good old Rondogina Sahaku decided to take the gold frame, he took the bazooka with him, mostly because he needed a way to blast his way out of the destroyed colony. He had to ditch one of the arms because just firing it once overloaded the arm. But whatever, it worked. And then after he upgrades the frickin' gold frame to the Amatsu, he never uses the bazooka again, so it's like, where the hell did it go? Gina, what did you do with the gay bulg bazooka? You didn't just say, fuck it, I destroyed it. No. You're holding onto it somewhere. Where is it? I just want to give it to the Duel, okay? I want the Duel to have its full complement of beam sabers, beam rifle, shield, and giant fuck-off bazooka. I mean, it's kind of why I'm using it in the game, in Breaker 4. I'm using the beam rifle in one hand and the bazooka in the other. Because who doesn't love the bazooka? Bazooka is just fun to say. But I mean, that just shows how strong this bazooka is and how tough the Duel is in general. When initially firing it with the gold frame managed to fry the arms, that he had to ditch it so it wouldn't destroy the rest of the suit. Yeah, he recalibrated I think everything afterwards so he could use the bazooka properly, but he had to recalibrate it. Presumably the Duel could just use that thing as is. And again, it survived the entirety of Gundam Seed at the end with just a busted up shoulder and its weapons being destroyed. That's it. The strike, the original strike, if Mars not here, blew up. Aegis, gone. Blitz, gone. Buster, damaged almost beyond repair. Their upgraded suits. The Justice is self-destructed. Freedom, heavily damaged. Providence, destroyed. It was like the only one. It was the only one left. It's still functional. It just needed a shoulder patched up and just re-equipped. Hence why it could still use the Strike's weapons. They're actually more or less the same machine. They're built off the exact same frame. It's just the Strike has a port in its back for the backpacks. Oh, Esther, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Also, what a great waist. There, it's done. That's it. Now for the legs. Hands are kind of cramping a little. That's okay. I'll manage. And I'll just do one leg at a time as usual because, you know, that's the way you gotta do it. Can't exactly build both legs at the exact same time, because I mean, I could, but I'd get confused. I'd get confused way too easily. You've seen it happen, guys. So purely for my sanity. If I can get just the duel done, I can at least compare him to his original high grade. To see how we've advanced in, you know, the last 20 fucking years. Because, my god, high grades from 20 years ago are nothing compared to high grades nowadays. Almost done this runner. I think we're actually gonna finish this runner by the end of the main kit. Actually, we would. Because all the Blitz parts for the Duel Blitz is the Assault Shroud, and that's all extra. It's literally stuff that just kind of, you know, forms over it. So we wouldn't need any of this gray. Yeah, we're gonna get through a lot of runners just finishing off the Duel. All the white and blue. All that we're not going to get through is the orange and the lighter blue here. Oh, I'm doing that upside down. So, have anybody got any cool plans for the weekend? I've kind of got, like, makeup late Thanksgiving going on because, well, family were out on vacation when Thanksgiving happened here in good old Canada. So we're kind of doing a makeup one tomorrow. Hence why I'm canceling stream. I'd rather just spend the day off. Instead, I kind of forgot and didn't know we were doing it until, like, a few days ago. So, like, oh, okay, well, I'll cancel. No problem. Plus, I mean, it lets me kind of chill and relax, too, at the same time. I'm putting this in the wrong way, aren't I? No, I'm putting it in the right way. Just having to line it up. There we go. I'm gonna have to go on a quick break shortly because a certain pupper wants to go outside. I can already kind of hear her. I'll try to finish one leg before I go on a quick break. Which should be done fairly easily. These actually legs aren't too bad. than some legs that are just... Some leg construction is a little... Ugh. Just kind of drags on. This one's pretty simple. But, I mean, that's the Duel for you. The Duel is a simple machine. It does its job, and then it gets the fuck out of there. Also give me a chance to refill my tea as well, because it's pretty much empty. I haven't been drinking it very quickly. But it's almost empty now. Okay. That was a little harder to do than you'd think. I was running out of air. Yeah, try to finish this off. Now we gotta give it its covers. Kinda needs those. I'll finish the leg, but I won't do its foot yet. I will take a quick break to let Pupper out. Go Ruby Roo outside. Fill my tea, and then we'll come back and I'll start on the foot and then make the second leg. So we are almost there. Okay, and the other side, number 14, right? Yes. We have a leg. Alright, and I'm going to take a quick break so I can let Pupper out. So, should hopefully not be any longer than 10 minutes or so. So, BRB. Okay. I am back. Pupper's been out. She has been fed. My tea is here with me made. We can proceed. Alright, I can make the foot and the, like, hip joint. Yeah. Oh, perfect. And now the foot, which is just 3 parts. Welcome in, Cocaine Monkey. Thanks for the follow. Will you follow back? I don't do that, unfortunately. Sorry. There's a few burrs. God, it's a seed kit that doesn't have gigantic feet like the old ones. Like, holy hell, they had some chonkers then. I'm so glad this thing has got better proportions now. God dang. Go. In. And we got a full leg. That I will immediately throw onto the waist. That is the front of the waist, right? Yeah, it is. Yep. There, his waist has a leg. One singular leg. Let's give him a second leg, shall we? Ooh, wow, this is actually gonna be done with this leg. Nice. I mean, I knew that. Almost at the 2-hour mark. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry. Nice to be able to finally get this box open and off of my desk. You know, it's only been sitting here for a few weeks now, just waiting to be built patiently. There we go. This entire gray frame here, by the way, is just called the GAT frame. GAT is the first part of the serial number for all the G weapons. So them labeling it like this means, one, this 100% is also used in the frickin' Lightning Buster that's going to be coming out shortly, or is out already. And also puts out a little bit of hope that maybe they'll do revived versions of, well, the normal Buster, the duel with its standard Assault Shroud, a revive of the Blitz, and the Aegis. I mean, they're kind of there with the Aegis. They did have the one Build Fighters kit, Build Divers Re-Rise kit, which was based off the Aegis. So it's there. Maybe they've got that thing cooking still. I mean, I've got the old Aegis, and it's okay. It's not a great kit. The transformation is very jank. It doesn't even have ports to put in blades for the 4 beam sabers it has. 2 in its wrists and 2 on its toes. I'm really annoyed that it can't actually, do that at all. But the squid formation is odd to kind of try to maneuver around. I mean, I don't even know what to call it. It looks like a weird-ass squid than anything else. Oh man. Listening to a lo-fi version of Witch from Mercury's first opening makes me miss that show. I really liked Witch from Mercury, guys. Like, it was good. The ending was rushed. It was definitely kind of a rush ending. They left kind of too many things open. They built the world up too much, but didn't exactly explore it enough for there to be any worthwhile payoff on that respect. But I really liked Witch from Mercury. I did like the world in general. I love the characters. Soletta and Miorine are like OTP. I mean, in show they are OTP. But just the dynamic between the two, watching just their relationship build is just throughout the whole show. It was perfect. If those two didn't end up together at the end of that show, I probably would have raged. Like, those two were meant for each other. Everyone loves her, her adorably awkward Tanuki. And yet, I only have one Witch from Mercury kit, being the Gundam Caliburn. It's kind of like the only kit and suit in that whole show that really spoke to me. Caliburn shows up for the last 3 episodes, but absolutely steals the show. Also, giving a Gundam a broomstick was just perfect. This is Witch from Mercury, and finally the witch got her broomstick. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm tired. I am definitely tired. Well, this runner is going to be empty very, very shortly. And that's our first empty runner. Beauty. Love to see it. on that guy to use. Still a few on you. There's the feet. Just realized we haven't even made the backpack yet. They love leaving the backpack toward the end. I mean, the backpack is usually where all the action is, especially on a seed kit. But not so much with the duel. It just has a backpack. It's got 2 beam sabers on it, and that's it. Couple thrusters, nothing fancy. It's a no frills, no nonsense machine. Also, I'm surprised the playlist hasn't, stopped and saying, "Are you still watching?" It usually does by now. A little surprised, but hey, I'm okay with it if it doesn't. But now that I've said it, it's probably gonna happen. Because I've thrown it out into the universe. Okay. And we get the foot on. And we put it onto the waist. Waist is almost done. We just gotta add its simple ass little side skirts. And yeah, I'm looking at it now. All of the rest of the stickers are for the assault shroud. We only use the eyes and the other head cameras. That's it. The rest are for the assault shroud it has. That's one. And that's gonna be number 2. There's 3 entire runners I haven't even touched yet. So they're gonna very easily probably make like a P-Bandai version of just the dual assault shroud. Just including the first few runners here, plus new runners for the old assault shroud. Okay. And pop that on. Alright, we've got our main body. But we're not done yet, I still gotta give him its backpack. Oh, there, I said it, and now I'm grabbing these runners, aren't I? Well, actually, no, I'm not. Never mind, I lied. See, all the orange I'm going to be using for the assault shroud thrusters on its legs. And I need this. Mm-hmm. attach the beam sabers. One. And time for number 2. And then we give him his backpack. Bada boom, bada bing, we got ourselves the Duel Gundam. Let me get it a nice closer look for you guys. There's Duel. This nice simple ass little backpack and 2 beam sabers. And like I said, I do have OG Duel here. Let me just take his shield off. Take his gun out of his hand. And now we can compare old and new. I wonder which one's the old one. I wonder which one with the football neck is the old one. The one without the gray trim on parts. The one that doesn't have white bits on its beam sabers that actually can, you know, turn. Unlike this thing. Yeah, already, before we even get to the assault shroud anything, the new one is a lot better proportion-wise, look-wise, color separation-wise. The only thing right now I will give the old one is that on its backpack, it has different colored thrusters at the bottom, and they move. It's not a lot, but it's something this one doesn't have. But that's like it. This thing is missing so much, and also, like I kind of said before, look at the clown feet. Look at the clown feet the old one has. Holy shit. Fix the focus. Okay. Yeah, we got our good old Duel Gundam. But now I can make his weapons, which is beam sabers and a beam rifle. Actually, because I got the Astray right here and it came with beam saber blades, we can also compare how the beam sabers have changed in 20 plus years. Just pull one of these bad boys off, stick it on here. So, old beam saber, new beam saber. Well, number one, it's longer. The hilts are also slightly different. It's kind of hard to... let's see if I can make it... There we go. So, old hilt design, new hilt design. I kind of like the new one a little bit better. But just, oh my god, the different blade lengths. Like, holy shit. Yeah, the new one's, yeah, it's got a little bit of bend in them, but that's just from the packaging. A little bit of heat, and that'll straighten right out again. Just a tiny bit of heat, not a lot. I don't want to melt it. Plus, I mean, if I'm really hurting for beam saber blades, I have so many. So many kits come with beam saber blades. I have enough surplus beam blades to go with the kits that never came with any to begin with. That's the first of its weapons. Now we gotta make its rifle, which is literally like 2-3 parts. Gee, I wonder how I have to put this thing together. I wonder. It also uses a sticker. The only round sticker on the sheet. Nice. Then it needs the muzzle. Hilariously enough, it never used its own beam rifle in the movie. It's in there. It's in the movie. It departs from the nice little weapon platform it uses. You see it launch out from behind. It's meant for it to... It's like meant for it to catch it. But he just kind of ignores it. It's just like, it's animated for just those few seconds or so, and then never brought up again. Oh my god, this thing is so tight to get on. And it's on such a thin section, I can't even, like, put that much pressure without risking snapping. Good lord. Why is everything gotta be so tight today on this? Okay, that's better. That's good. It's on there. There we go. The Duel's beam rifle. I have the old one here as well. What can I say? I think they're literally the same thing. They look pretty... Okay, the old one is ever so slightly smaller. And I mean slightly. It's also in a more of a lighter gray compared to this one in a darker one. Meh. And that should just slip right into his hand. Right? Nope, I gotta take the hand apart for that. I'm not gonna worry about that right now then. Okay. Let's see, how complicated is it gonna be to do the assault shroud? The most complicated thing on here is gonna be... Oh, good lord, there's actually more to it. I think I'll save the assault shroud for a different day. I'm just kind of a little bit more of a wee tired lad right now. I don't think I can actually stay up to do the rest of this. But at least got the duel part. Now I will, I'll actually take his hand apart, put his gun in his hand at least. Ooh, that's a nice snug fit. Okay, I like that. he's got his gun. It sucks he doesn't have his shield, but, oh well. That's fine. Maybe it'll come. I mean, it's definitely gonna... If they do release a P-Bandai version of this with a regular Assault Shroud, it's definitely gonna be there. Not like I can take this shield and kind of pop it on. It's got different pegs, so this one won't fit in here. Also, I hate that it's completely blue and none of the orange is on there. Alright, yeah. I'm gonna just call it here for this. I'll do the Assault Shroud another day. So, well, he's gonna be sitting on my desk for a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, still some of these runners have a few little things still on them. But I can't get rid of all of them just yet. Can I get rid of... No, I can't get rid of that because you've got something on you. So I'm just gonna kind of, sort of, tiny little bit clean up. Yeah, we never touched this runner. And we never touched that runner. So we got a lot more to go. Ugh. But that was a good little start, I would say. We did make progress. Progress definitely made. Yeah, there we go. Also, yes. I got my hair cut. I shaved my head, kinda. So I got a little less hair right now. It'll grow back. So let that autofocus now. And there we go, yeah. Duel. I'm happy. I'm happy with it. I like the proportions. It looks a lot better, just from the offset. Yeah, it looks a lot better than, oh, this hot garbage. I'm gonna get the rifle into its hand to compare completely. Old. New. He looks like a football player. This one looks a lot better. I mean, this is a product of its time. This is a product of its time. The engineering has just gotten a lot better to lead to this, but my god. Just putting them side by side, it's like, holy shit, who invited him? There, I'm quite happy. I got a very nice, articulated, proportioned dual Gundam in high grade. And I'll get that, its new Assault Shroud done later, so... This was more, high-grade Blitz Gunpla and Shield than... I mean, high-grade Dual Gunpla and Shield than high-grade Dual Blitz. I didn't build any of the Blitz stuff yet. But, next time. Next time I got one planned, I will get this guy all armored up and ready to go. But, speaking of next time, I kinda gotta get that schedule for y'all. And that schedule, what is next week, i.e. Sunday? Why, it's the last week of the month. What happens on the last week of the month? It's Variety Week. And I got a few things in here. Some things are a little bit, some repeats, but I got a few other things. I got one or two other newer things in here. So, Sunday, starting off our Variety Week. At 10 will be some Helldivers 2. I'm going to get right back into it. It just had an update. So, let's see how much easier we'll be able to spread that managed democracy. Monday will be some Power Wash Sim. I will go back to the Lara Croft DLC, the Tomb Raider stuff, and continue on, well, with that. Tuesday at 6 will be Godzilla. Yeah, the PS4 Godzilla game. I've played it before, but I want to just experience it again with you guys. It's been a few years also since I played it. I had to re-download it onto my PlayStation. It's there. Something a little different. We get to be a kaiju. Not just any kaiju. The kaiju. Wednesday and Thursday, I am going to be taking off. I'm almost kind of settled on Wednesday and Thursday being the days I take off. At the very least, Wednesday is the day I take off. But regardless, those 2 days, I will be taking off from streaming. One of those days, more than likely the Wednesday, will be, well, our continue with our watch-along. Friday at 6, we're going to do a little bit more of Fate Extella. We only did the first mission one of the last variety weeks when we had it. So, kind of want to get a little further. I may slowly maybe kind of add that to the main rotation soonish. Depends how quickly I can finish other games. Excuse me. And then Saturday at 6, we'll be doing some Lord of the Rings Return of the King. The sequel to the Two Towers game. This one is a lot longer. No, not a lot longer, but it is a longer game. Just a smidgen longer. It's also a little bit easier. It's not as bullshit with the stunning like, Two Towers was. So I won't be having a craptacular time trying to fight fucking Urukai all the time. Especially the Berserkers. And the Cave Trolls. And the Forest Trolls. And whatever else the game wants to fucking throw at me. It'll be an easier time. But also more fun. Well, just as fun. No, more fun. It'll be more fun than Two Towers. Whew. So yeah, that is what we've got on the lineup for next week. So, thank you everybody for watching, commenting, lurking, and following. Appreciate it very, very much. I will be back Sunday at 6. Or no, 10. I've already forgotten my own schedule that I put up for you guys less than 2 seconds ago. 10 o'clock Sunday for some Helldivers 2. So, I hope you all have yourselves a great rest of your night. I'll see you next time.